Welcome back. I just finished watching Dragon Ball GT episode 13, and I feel like this is a bit of a pattern that I've been saying this, but I don't have much to say about this episode. Some interesting things did happen, but it was mostly a lot of fighting. So, last episode, Lude was awakened, and and in this episode we found out like Lude is sort of a giant like mechanical baby like thing, not to be confused with Baby, the villain that comes later in Dragon Ball GT. I'm talking about a baby. So Goku and Trunks basically, not even basically, like for the most part, they spend the entire episode fighting Lude, while Daltaki is like, oh, by the way, I need to mention this because I cannot believe I did not like realize this until now, but I'm pretty sure Daltaki is a pun, as in like the first half of his name is Doll, and he's obsessed with dolls, and then Tacky. I don't know if Tacky is really meant to be tacky as in like a tacky fashion sense or like a tacky styling or something, but I'm pretty sure like the first half of his name, Doll, is meant to be like a joke, as in like that's what he's obsessed with, dolls, so his first half of his name is Doll. And I was surprised I didn't even notice that until this episode. I feel really embarrassed for not noticing that. But basically, it is revealed that Daltaki is not the head honcho of this operation, nor did he create Lude or anything like that. Lude was an invention by this guy named Dr. Mu, who I'm pretty sure he's going to be the major villain of this arc. And he also gives me really strong Dr. Gero vibes. Just not as well designed, and perhaps not as interesting. Not that Dr. Gero was some impeccable villain or anything, but you know what I mean. Just the fact that he's a doctor, and he is an old man with like a mustache, and he like has built this machine and that sort of stuff. It all gives me very strong vibes of Dr. Gero. But basically, the major development of this episode, aside from the fact that the major villain, or what I assume to be the major villain, has been revealed, is that Pan, as well as Daltaki, Daltaki gets turned into a doll. Ironic, I know. And both of them get absorbed into Lude. So what I'm thinking is I'm thinking that Goku and Trunks are going to defeat Lude somehow, and then maybe after they defeat Lude, they'll find some way to restore Pan and the rest of the people who have been turned into dolls, because we know Pan's coming back at some point, and she spent like 3 episodes as a doll by now. It's like, I'm more engaged, like in a weird way. Like I'm actually engaged in this story, but at the same time I'm like, okay, let's move it along here, you know what I mean? Like, and that's not to like, I like this a lot better than episodes 7 and 8 and 6 and the Don Kia arc, and like this is more entertaining than that. While it's still not like incredible or anything, I'm finding myself engaged, or at least slightly interested in what's happening, you know what I mean? Because we are getting into more of a battle style, and it's a bit more dangerous. And for Lude, because like Lude is a like, I don't know what it is about Lude, but with Lude, I'm okay with him being a difficult obstacle for Goku and Trunks. You know what I mean? Like Muchi, which was the whip guy, and the Power Brothers and those giant worms and all these other characters that they've fought so far, I've had trouble like deciding whether or not I really don't believe they would be a threat. But because Lude has had this time to be built up, and like just the way his stature is and the fact that he's absorbed lots of people, I find it more believable that they would have a harder time with Lude. And it's also worth mentioning that like he absorbed Pan and Daltaki in order to become stronger. I feel I should mention that. So now it's like even more of a challenge for them. But yeah, as I said, I don't have much more to say about this episode. I'm thinking, I am wondering if, because I can only assume that Dr. Mu is going to be the major villain of this arc at this point. And I'm wondering if he has the rest of the Dragon Balls at his place, because he's calling them from like another planet. So I'm wondering if he has like the rest of the Dragon Balls. But it seemed to be implied that like, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure, I think like this segment with Lude is going to wrap up, and then I think they're going to go after Dr. Mu. Or maybe like this segment will wrap up, they'll have a few more adventures, and then go after Dr. Mu. I'm just speculating here, because I do know, I'm like fairly certain it ends with like some sort of something to do with Dr. Mu. But, and that's based off of what I've heard, and just going off of like his introduction and all that. But I don't, because they only have like, this entire thing has just been them trying to get the second Dragon Ball, you know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like this has to go on for at least a while longer, before they find, you know, all 7 of them. But like, I can't imagine this taking too much longer, because, well, maybe I'll give them like, I mean, I guess it could go on for maybe 20 episodes or so. But yeah, this cuz they have to, cuz like, okay, in the original Dragon Ball, like they collected them really quickly in like only 13 episodes. Cuz they basically started out with 3 of them. And here they're starting from scratch, and it's taking a really long time just to get like the second one, you know what I mean? So I am wondering, like, is there going to be something where they get to Dr. Mu and he has like most of the Dragon Balls already assembled, or is it going to be like they have to go on a few more adventures to collect the other ones? Are they gonna like stumble upon Mu? Are they gonna go straight to Mu? See, this is interesting, because it's giving me stuff to speculate about and think about, even though it's me thinking more so, okay, how long is this gonna go on for? But at the same time, I want to emphasize again that this is not nearly as bad as some of the episodes earlier in the Black Star Dragon Ball arc. Like, I feel like I've said it a bunch of times, but like, you know, episode 7, episode 8, even episode 6, you know, it's getting, I feel like it is getting better, actually. I feel like while it's not anything that like I might revisit or come back to or remember, I feel like maybe this is the writers starting to find a bit more of a direction, starting to find a bit more of the footing, especially now that we're getting a bit deeper into the arc and everything. So I am interested, which is good, you know. I'm not as invested as I could be, but I'm, again, like, when I went into Dragon Ball GT, I didn't have high expectations. I had very low expectations, because it does have a reputation, and I've been going up and down with it, you know what I mean? This episode, though, I didn't really have too much problems with this episode. I feel like, things could go maybe a bit awry later on. But I'm interested to see how they'll get Pan back. I'm interested to see how they'll defeat Lude and everything like that. I really hope, with that said, that we don't have to go on a bunch more adventures and then finally get to Dr. Mu later. I hope we can just wrap this part up and then go straight to Dr. Mu, who hopefully has the 7 Dragon Balls, and then, because that would keep the pacing up, you know what I mean? That'd be okay, we've fought the henchman, we're taking it right to the top guy now, and it's gonna be, a real epic conclusion. I really hope that they keep the momentum going of what they have going here, as opposed to just stopping and then doing more episodic stuff. But again, unless Mu has the rest of the Dragon Balls, I can't imagine them not doing more episodic stuff after this. So we'll see. I know I say we'll see a lot. In reality, I'm saying I'll see, because I don't quite I don't know the details, but yeah, that's all I have for now. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.